All right, so tomorrow night, the Indiana primary, the results will come pouring in. Was it 57 delegates? 57 delegates. Next week, by the way, think this through. If Ted Cruz loses Indiana, you don't have to much thinking to do here. He's in real trouble. It's going to become almost impossible for him to raise money, because not only will he be mathematically incapable of reaching 1,237 before the convention, which he already is, but at that point, the momentum has so radically shifted, the narrative has so radically changed that clearly Donald Trump is going to go into the convention with the number that he needs. My predictions are online. We created a delegate tool for you. So if you want to see the number of delegates in a state, if you want to see when the primary is, if you want to see if it's a winner take all, or if it's proportional, or what percentage of proportion, or what role the congressional districts play, it's all online. You can use it. You don't have to be listening to only my prognostications or the people on CNN or Fox. I predicted within 30 delegates of where Donald Trump would be today, 2 months ago. And that prediction is still online in the exact same way that I made it. You go ahead and take a look, make your own predictions. All right, so if Cruz loses tomorrow night, then the narrative shifts and his ability to raise money will crumble. Then he can't pay his staff. Then he can't pay for TV and radio advertising. And then he is completely dependent on earned media, which is where you go someplace and the news people want to cover you. But if you don't have money and you don't have staff, how can you earn the media coverage? How can you sell to the news outlets, I'm a valuable story, I'm a valid story because I'm going to keep Trump from reaching 1237? You have no money, your staff is crumbling, all the momentum has shifted to Trump. I think we're going to send our news crew to the Trump event, not the Cruz event. All right. That's a little bit simplistic, but that is really and truly in part how it works. So Nebraska, check my numbers for me, would you? Is it Nebraska with 36 delegates? And I think it's 51 delegates for New Jersey. So a week from now, the Nebraska and the West Virginia primaries happen. And if my memory is correct, Billy Bob is checking for me. You can check on our web tool. It's 36 for Nebraska and 51 for New Jersey. I'm telling you this because it's interesting, and I have yet to been able to find an answer. My gut tells me the answer. Nebraska has about 1.8 million people, and they have 36 delegates. New Jersey has 8 million people. That's more than 4 times as many. It's pushing 5 times as many, 4.5 times as many. And yet they only have 51 delegates. So my guess is that the number of delegates for a state is based upon the proportion of the population that is registered as a Republican. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it, all right? And I will tomorrow night, but that's my guess. Because we were talking with some friends and family last night in Nebraska, commenting on how many delegates they have, and then just, well, New Jersey's only got 51. How can that be? It is what, yeah. So that's just crazy. But this I know. Nebraska is an overwhelmingly registered Republican state, and New Jersey is Democrats and independents. So it would make sense that that is why. All right, let's come back to the math. I know for some of you, you're weary of this. In fact, I watched very little news over the weekend. I don't know if I turned my television on once. I did not. I am burned out. I did not turn on the TV one time yesterday to watch the news, and I may have turned it on for 5 minutes on Saturday. I may not have. I mean, yard work to do, things to plant. I'm tired of it. And I do this, as part of my vocation. So I can't blame you if you're tired of it. Now, what's really funny is some of you are just now starting to pay attention. There are American people who have done everything in their power to push this whole thing out of its mind and focus on their bread and circuses. But now that it's coming down to a slugfest between Hillary and Trump, people are starting to pay attention. And guess what the latest poll showed? Woo-hoo! That's called a tease to get you to watch the next segment.